Hey, what's up? What's up? It's your girl Shasta over here on Shasta Speaks. Listen, baby, I'm just gonna do a I'm gonna try to make this quick as possible. Quick update on all the other stuff that honey, Miss Arionne Curry slash Coleslaw been talking and saying. Y'all know the clips be dropping and different stuff been coming out, and I'm just like, Lord. And so I'm gonna go through these updates that intrigued me, okay? And and then I think after this, I'm done. I'm done with Arionne Curry. I'm done. I'm done because unless something just really, really, really big happens, you know what I mean? Um, because at the end of the day, that at the end of the day, I don't know what that was about. Okay. I think that she is, what am I trying to say? I think that this is a scheme and a plot set up by her and Martell, honey. Like what they say, a scheme set up by Todd. This is a scheme and a plot set up by her and Martell to get their names buzzing, get some talk about her again, and get her out there. And I think that although as messed up as it was last year when the whole thing happened with the other blogger, I think they kind of looked at that, and as dumb as both of them are, and as much as I don't fuck with neither one of them walking or riding, um, I still feel like to some degree, y'all, we all know that Martell know how to play the bloggers. Okay. He know how to hop on, he gonna reach out to some bloggers. So I just feel like at this point it's given that there's some type of setup here somewhere. And I think we ain't gonna know how this all gonna come about until what probably way down the road. But yeah, I think I'm good on her. I think I'm good on discussing her for right now. Like I said, unless something big happens, so I'm gonna do this recap on her, and then I'm getting back to recapping other stuff because yeah, I'm over her. Or talking about other stuff at the end. Now, hopefully, I can remember at the end of this. At the end of this, to talk about something I do want to start, that I am gonna start talking about. So, as always, everything talked about in this channel is alleged in my very own opinion, and it's for entertainment purposes only. Okay. Everyone who's already subscribed, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for your support. Thank you for coming over, checking out my videos. Thank you for dropping your comments and your likes. Y'all just don't know. Your girl appreciates it, honey. I really, really do. If you have not subscribed, baby, what are you waiting on? I told y'all it's chill over here. I done told y'all it's chill over here. We just be sitting over here talking our ish and going about our business. Okay, that's it. That's all. Ain't no smoke, ain't no nothing. Okay, so go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and it's okay. Like, you may not agree with everything I have to say, and I may not agree with everything you may put in your comments to me or whatever, but it's cool. I don't have no animosity towards nobody. I just have my opinions of certain things and I share them, and then I go on about my life. But I ain't finna get into no going back and forth. You know, I respect others' opinions, and I hope people respect mine because we're all adults. Hopefully, we all adults. Okay, and we should be able to have these type of discussions without it going anywhere that it doesn't need to. So go ahead and subscribe, baby. Also on my community wall, I have a thing out there about a giveaway that I'm gonna do when I get to 1,000 subscribers. So if you have not checked it out, please go to my community tab and check that out. Okay. Anyway, so like I said, there's been more clips that have come out of Miss Arionne Curry that has been recorded by another content creator, and several content creators have been, I think, getting the information and kind of sharing it. So this time, like, I've just literally been seeing different things and listening to different things. And so I've kind of pulled different topics from different places. But the first thing I guess that I want to talk about is she's upset. She said she was upset because Martell is not had at that time was not defending her daughter. There was a time when there were accusations, and I guess maybe some content creators had did some videos and talked about the fact that allegedly maybe Paris had been mean to the four-piece nuggets or was trying to bully them or something to that effect. And she basically was trying to say that that was not true. She was saying that she did not appreciate people coming for her daughter, that, you know, people have been coming for her for 5 years. She doesn't care about people coming for her, but when it pertains to her daughter, she don't want people coming for her daughter because her daughter is, young. She doesn't know anything about all of this. She shields her from most of this, or pretty much all of this. And so, she doesn't want her daughter having to deal with this. And she was wanting Martell to come out, I guess, and say something in defense of her daughter, this or that. Listen, at the end of the day, my thought is this, girl, he I'm not gonna say he ain't got to, but what I'm gonna say is you her mama. The mama. You know what I'm saying? She's saying in this clip that she's going to come out and say some stuff and provide receipts and explain things and this and that. And but she was asking, like, how will she be able to upload the YouTube video and put the text up and cover up the kids' faces or names or whatever, because they still kids and she don't want to put them out there, blah blah blah. Girl, if you want to come out and defend your daughter, then come out and defend your daughter. But this is what I'm gonna say. When exactly did the children get off limits for you? Because I distinctly remember you have made negative comments and things about the four-piece nuggets. Like, you be saying them, you done said that them kids was funny looking, allegedly. You made comments about the kids' behavioral things. Like, there is like videos and stuff out there where you have made derogatory comments about them other children. Okay. And so I'm not trying to say that makes it okay for anyone to accuse her daughter of anything or say anything about her daughter, because I do honestly feel like kids are off limits. I don't talk about kids on my channel like that because I'm a mother myself. I know how I ride by my children. So I 100% feel like kids should be off limits. But I also feel like in protecting your children starts with you first. And I just feel Arionne wasn't thinking about her daughter when she popped her ass out here and put her face out here trying to get that notoriety that she wanted from being, you know what I'm saying, Mr. Martell host side chick. You know what I mean? She was jumping up and down. It's me. I'm the side chick over here. Hey, y'all, it's me. Because she wanted to be so famous. She wanted to put her name out there. She wanted to put her face out there, and started doing all kind of lives and talking to people and commenting and just all kind of stuff, because you want to taste the fame, because you saw this family on TV and all you could think about was, I want that. And then when it didn't look like you were going to get that, and it wasn't going how you want to go, every time you get mad, you popping out. You saying a whole lot, but you had your daughter then when you was popping out. And you knew that when you put yourself in the public eye, that was gonna automatically force your daughter in the public eye. So I just feel like you were not trying to protect your daughter in the beginning. Her protection should have started with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, before you did anything, you should have been thinking about how is this going to affect my daughter? How is this going to affect my children? If somebody go back and roll this footage later on down the road, what light is this going to shine on me in the face of my children? Is this going to be embarrassing? Am I going to lose my children's respect for this? Like, those are things you should have been thinking about. So while I understand being mad because he ain't said nothing, I feel like them fingers you pointing at him, which again, I don't fuck with Martell walking or riding on no given day. However, those fingers that she's pointing at him, she needs to be pointing back at herself, because she's the one that has not been protecting her daughter, in my opinion, allegedly. That protection should have started with her. Okay? She should have been shielding her daughter a long time ago from all kind of stuff. Not just, I don't want her to be known as a bully. Girl, there's a lot more shit you need to be worried about. Then she's saying that the little girl go to a private school, certain little kids, the seen stuff, this and that. Of course, she's not no baby. I feel like that little girl, I don't know exactly how old she is, but she's probably, I'm going to say anywhere between 10 and 12, 13, somewhere like that. These kids got access to YouTube and everything else. If you think for a minute that these kids, when they get to school, they tell my her little friends, know about this and that, and then pulled up certain stuff on YouTube, baby, they see this stuff like you do. And she may not be saying nothing, but trust and believe. Honey. So why you telling me she don't know nothing? All right. Keep thinking she don't know nothing. Keep thinking she don't know what's going on. She may not say a lot, but trust and believe. That baby probably know more than what you think. Okay? So, anyway, in that same conversation, she was trying to say, too, that the kids loved her, meaning the 4-piece nugget. Said Milani's always like, Miss Arionne, you coming with us, this and this and that. Girl, listen. We don't believe you. We don't believe you. But I will say this. Kids always lead. I feel kids lead with love. Because that's just how kids are. And if kids are loved, they tend to lead that way. So if that is happening, that is a direct result of how they're being raised. Okay. And I don't believe that has anything to do with you. So she also said, when Martell went live, that he was trying to make himself look better, and that's all he was focusing on. And again, she was mad because he didn't address the stuff with her daughter. And I remember that live because I feel like the kids was riding 4-wheelers or something in the back. I don't know, but they was doing something. And I just remember that live and remember seeing the comment where she said, please correct them about my daughter. Some she said. So I remember that comment. But anyway, he said he didn't see the comment. Okay. Maybe he did. Maybe he did. Who knows? Martell will lie, and we all know that. So she also tried to say, that Paris was actually intimidated by Martell Melody's oldest child, and that sometimes, there was a lot of nights she didn't go over to Martell's house because she didn't feel comfortable, because the little girl didn't feel comfortable over there. Considering what's been going on, I've said this, and I will say it again. Those older children ain't gonna see. This is me. This is my opinion. Them older children, and I feel, they ain't finna see it for you like that. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't see. What I will say is, just off of how I feel like the children are being raised, I don't see the 4-piece nuggets being disrespectful or trying to or doing anything disrespectfully or trying to intimidate anybody. But I could definitely see that they probably just kind of looking like, girl, These are big kids. They know what's going on, and that's all I'm gonna say because I don't like talking about kids like that. So that's what that's what she was saying about that. She made a comment and said that Melody be putting fake shit in court documents, taking Martell back and forth to court, and that it be fake, but that and she was like they're both bitter trying to get back at each other, but she puts these things in these court documents and it's fake, but she knows once it's in the court documents, everybody's gonna believe it, and that's gonna make the millimeter start doing this and doing that. That's what Martell be doing, because we just saw all the bogus ass shit he had in court documents. So, and I think you got that flipped around, baby. It's your nigga that be putting fake shit in these court documents and sending it down there to the courthouse and trying to file some shit. Not Melody. I think you got that switched around, sis. Next time, you know what I'm saying? Get that, cause you have to know that that's him that be lying in them court documents. We just saw that. Oh, okay. Anyway, I think she had got that confused. She had to have got that confused. You know what I mean? Like, surely she ain't believing that shit that he. Yeah, y'all said she believe everything he said. Yeah. She do. Yeah, I forgot. She do. She believe every. Yeah, okay. He said the sky was you know what I'm saying, um purple, green, and pink. And she was like, it sure, it do look like it's purple green. Yep, it sure is. Okay. So that's that on that. One of the other topics she talked about is if Martell was considering giving Melody full custody of the children. And what she said is that, Martell wants to do what's in the best interest of the children, but that he's kind of gotten tired of going back and forth. And says, he has considered giving Melody full custody. Now listen, um, you know, I don't think Martell will ever give Melody full custody of them children. Um, just because I don't think he'll do it because he wants to try to have some kind of connection to her and have a reason to keep up with her and know what the fuck she doing. And I think if he give up that full custody, that is a full disconnect from her. And listen, I just don't think he gonna do it. It's also I think he's too much of a narcissist to ever do that. I really, really, really. I think he'll sit there and talk to her about it and tell her that shit because that's probably what she wants to hear. Because um, I could see her being tired of certain things, and so I'm sure that she's probably pressuring him to do it because she wants him to herself, allegedly, in my opinion. But I don't see him doing it. I see him making a million excuses why he ain't gonna do it. So I don't believe that at all. I don't believe that he would ever give Melody full custody. I listen, whether he give it or they take it, I want her to have full custody of her children. Now that's what I will say. So that they can have a stable, loving environment without all this chaos. And the kids genuinely seem like when we can hear them and different things and stuff, they generally sound so happy and everything with her. So I'm just saying now, I Melanie for custody of her children. Whether he gonna give it to her is another story. That's all I'm saying. She was saying also that he's so worried about his image. She feels like she was like, when she came out with that baby, when she had that baby, Martell lost all credibility. Mm-hmm. And but you knew that's what was going to happen. And that's why you had the baby. Because remember, allegedly this was a spite baby. You had this baby out of spite because you had got mad because Melody had, and they were selling TV and everything. So you had this out of the, so this was a spite baby. And so you had to know that once this baby came on the scene, that this is how everything was gonna play out for Martell. And she was like, he don't get it though. He's still trying to save face. Now, I will say this. That's a true damn statement. And now I don't fuck with her, but that's a true damn statement. Martell is still trying to figure out a way to save face out here. He stayed talking about, but them over there. Look over there. Look what they do. Why y'all just looking at me? Why y'all just looking at me? They did it over there, and they're doing it over there, and this person. He stayed trying to point the finger at somebody else. He stayed trying to bring somebody else down to that level with him because he can't stand being down there by himself. He can't stand it. And so, yeah, he is doing everything in his power to try to save face, to try to save something. But at the end of the day, sir, we don't fuck with you. And we don't fuck with her either. Her being coleslaw. We don't. And it ain't nothing neither one of y'all gonna be able to do to make us really fool y'all like that. But anyway, moving on. Then there was one called Is Martell Struggling to Film? So basically, she had said that they was into it the night before because she was supposed to get him dinner. She didn't get over there because she was having a child with a project that had to be done, and so she didn't get no dinner over there to him. And she was like, because Martell wants what he wants when he wants it, blah, blah, blah. But see, this is where you bullshit with your life. If you doing all that and you're not the wife, you not come closer. Let me tell you, if you already doing all that and you're not the wife, you might not never be the wife because you already doing all that and you're not the wife. Anyway, so she said that they had been into it that night before because of that, but that they was kind of cool that day because they had to go to a funeral. So they made up a little bit. Y'all, and rest in peace to this person. But y'all, do y'all think the funeral she was talking about was Kiki's? I'm just wondering. Because did we ever get confirmation whether or not they went to Kiki's funeral together? So she was telling, the content creator that they needed to go somewhere, they needed to talk because Martell needs rebranding. He needs rebranding really bad. She said that he was on the phone with the Scotts, Marceau. She said the name Marceau. She said the name Kimmy and said that they was talking about his trouble filming and having people to film with whatnot, and that she said Marceau said bring Arionne on, and that Kimmy volunteered and said I'll be her friend. I'll film with her and be her friend. Are we surprised? Fuck no. If that's really what happened, which we don't know, because we don't know if this is something she heard with her own two little ass ears, or if this is something that Martell little ear haven't asked or told her. And if it's something that his little ear haven't asked or told her, it is live. It is very likely that it could be a damn lie. Okay. And so we don't know. So this is all alleged. We don't really know. But what she said is that Marceau said bring Arionne on the show, and then Kimmy said she'll film with her. Now, if Kimmy said that she will film with her, Kimmy use a low down, dirty ass snake in the goddamn grass. Now, that's what you is, if that's what you done set up there and said, because good and full damn well, that's some low down, dirty ass shit to do. Okay. But would we be surprised? Why fuck no? Because this would solidify everybody's opinion of Kimmy, that Kimmy was nothing but a, you know what I'm saying? slut ass side chick herself. Mm-hmm. That's what they had said, allegedly. That's what the legend had said. Kimmy was a slut bucket side chick herself when she had got with Kalu. Okay. And so, and Kalu being Maurice. And so it would be feasible for an ex side chick to film with a present side. Or, well, she ain't really a side chick no more, but what we gonna? I guess it would be feasible to two side ex side chicks would film together. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they had said that Kimmy had agreed to it, and so whatever. Um, but she said, that Melody keeps holding it up. Melody's the reason she can't get on the show because Melody said if she films, she ain't. Okay. I mean, why do you want to be on this show so bad? If you, and this is my thing, if you got it like that, just go somewhere else and film. Which brings me to her next statement. She said that maybe one day the way her life is set up and based off who she is and her name, she might get married one day. And because of her name, she'll end up on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Girl, not with Martell. I hope you won't. And I don't know what husband you finna try to go down there to Atlanta and get that don't know that you was a slut bucket side chick. But who you finna go down there and try to trick to marry you that don't already know your story? You would have did better staying in the shadows and hooking a husband first and then being like, oh, I was Martell Ho's side chick for 15,000 years. Maybe. But the way you wanted fame, but what you have become is infamous. No one respects you. No one looks at you and goes, oh my God, her story needs to get out there. No one looks at you and feels that way about you, ma'am. She tried to say that they said that their story is untold. What mother in part of your story is untold, bitch? You done told all of it for free. How many times did I tell you that? From YouTube, from Instagram lives, from interviews here and there. Girl, you done told everything for free. We don't want to hear about how you and Martell got together no more. We've heard it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. We get it. We get it. So I don't know what you think you're supposed to be telling us. We're not interested. We don't want to know. We don't care what y'all's daily routine is. We don't want to hear about every time y'all go to H&M and buy the kids clothes or when y'all go to the damn casino. Like, girl, you already posted. We don't care. Go away from us with this. Please. Okay. So she was saying that really Martell don't have anybody else to film with, that they was asking him if he had anybody else to film with, and she was like, I'm not coming on there with him filming with another bitch. I'm just not gonna do that. That's gonna be the end of us if he do that. Okay. I don't see how that is though, because he done had 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, probably 10, 11, 12, 13, allegedly other females since he been with you these 11 years, babies, and you still right there. You still right there. You still right there holding his nut sacks. You still right there. You still right there letting him get you in every hole you got on your body, sis. You still right there. You ain't going nowhere. You not going anywhere. So, yeah. You might as well let him bring somebody else on there so he can film, so he can get a check. You don't want to work. He don't want to work. Somebody got to get a check. If he ain't got nobody to film with, he can't get no check. So you got to play your role. Sit your ass down. Shit. Then she said that one day he was filming with the guys. He called her to ask her what to say, and she told him to bring up they shit. If they bring up his shit, bring up they shit. And so it said it was in one scene. She was bringing up about him and her, and she was just like, they always bringing up about us, but they'll never talk about them. Blah blah blah. Is that he brought up the Vegas thing, Toronto them, and then they hushed, and that was it. And she was pretty much like, I told her, we're not gonna be playing with them. They be doing too much. Da, 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 da. Girl, when I tell y'all, Martell has gassed this girl head up so big that she really, really, really feel like she popping her shit. Like she be talking like she really out here popping her shit. And it's like, no, you kind of crazy and delusional of it, allegedly, in my opinion. Something's off with you and him. I can see why he would ask anybody anything because he can't really think for himself. So there's that. Okay. We all know he's slow. But girl, you anyway, he done gassed her head up, y'all. He just done gassed her head up, and she really feel like she big shit. Like for real, for real. So then she said if they decided not to be together, she would be like one of them women. She was like, you see how Diddy be having his baby mamas and this and that. It would be like Diddy, I would still be there. I'd be showing up with my son. We would be getting along. And I would be okay with that. And I would be around because that would be the best thing for my son. Girl, so just say you'll be a sister wife. You said all them words to girl, allegedly, in my opinion. Just say you'll be a sister wife because that's what it sounds like you saying. That no matter who he get and bring or what he do, you'll sit there and be a sister wife. Okay. And maybe that will be y'all show. Maybe y'all can go get 3-4 other bitches to bring on. You know what I'm saying? The one mess with Martell and get y'all a sister wife show. Mm-hmm. I think it come on TLC or something. Y'all could pitch that to TLC and do a sister wife show. Uh-huh. That's what y'all ought to do. Cause you ain't gonna go nowhere. You've been there 11 years. So yeah. Um, so she has said also the question came up if her and Martell were thinking about getting married. And she was like, yeah, we are. And Destiny will be in our wedding. And that they are thinking about getting married. They're trying to work through all the kinks and move forward. And said they got a 2 to 3 year plan. Okay, but y'all already been together 11 years. So what have you? And so he already been divorced going on 5 years. And so you would have thought that immediately after his divorce, because before he got divorced, he had already been fucking you for like 5, 6 years, 6, 7, all them years beforehand. And so then he got divorced. And so then he was really free and single to really just date you and really, you know what I'm saying? So then the 2 to 3 year plan could have kicked in right then. And by now, y'all could have been married already for like 2 or 3 years by now. What's the hold up? Or, I mean, is it that he don't really want to marry you? Because if he did, y'all already be married. You think? Is he making excuses? You know what I'm saying? Because there's been other women since he got divorced that have come and gone. Is he making excuses to keep you there? Is he stringing you along, telling you he's going to marry you eventually, and you going, okay, all right? Is he pointing out things to you that he doesn't like, and he's like, you keep doing this, and this is why I can't marry you right now, allegedly? I just feel like he's not going to marry you. That's how I feel. Like, I feel like you're waiting on something that's never going to happen. But hey, baby, wait. Listen. He needs something to occupy his time. Okay? So he can leave our this Melly alone. So listen, hold his attention. Because whatever. Okay? Whatever you and Martell got to figure that out. We don't give two shits. Okay? He needs a distraction. He needs somebody to occupy his time so he can stay the hell out of Melody's way. Okay? So whatever. But again, listen, baby, if he was gonna marry you, he's had ample opportunity to do it. The fact that you talking about y'all still working through kinks and trying to get this together and that together, and y'all got 2-3 year plan, and y'all already been sucking and fucking for 11-12 years already, baby. Go back and listen to your own shit and figure out why this shit sounds stupid as hell. Okay, because you tripping. This man has had ample opportunity to do that, and he hasn't, which leads me to believe he's not. All right, that's all I got. Okay, that's all I got. That's all I'm gonna have. I don't care. Like I said, unless something dropped that's so explosive that I just gotta bring it, I'm not gonna be talking about this girl no more. Okay, it's already hard to listen to, you know, some stuff, but it's a lot with her, and I don't like her energy. I don't like her. Okay, and I said this in a previous video. If you didn't know no better and you was coming in on the tail end of this and didn't know how all of this went from the very beginning on TV and off TV, so from the TV to everything that's happening on social media, you could almost be like, damn, she the wife. And Melody over here was the side chick or some shit. You could easily flip-flop that around because of the way he has gassed this girl up and got her out here acting like she was in that spot. And she ain't never in that spot. And I don't think she will ever be. But again, that's his damn doing. That's his ugly ass doing. Drop down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you even give a damn. Let me know if you tired of hearing about this girl. I am. Okay. Just let me know. Okay. Again, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to the channel. What I was gonna say also is that I've been doing a deep dive into what happened to Naziah Harris in Detroit. And I think I'm going to bring some content about that. I just want you all to know that I am pulling some information together, and it's deep. It's deep. But I feel like it's one of those things that we all need to be talking about. I myself do not have any daughters, but I have nieces. I have friends with daughters. It's a story that needs to be out there because it is very tragic, and it further lets me know how much we need to be protecting our babies at the end of the day. So I will be putting some content out about that. All right, y'all. That's all I got for tonight. And I will chat with y'all in the next one. I holla.